Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to yet another pick a card reading. In today's reading, I'm going to be finding out if your ancestors have a message or messages for you. Now I quickly want to let you know that these could be ancestors that our great grandparents, ancestors that you've never met, or this could be a pretty immediate ancestor who you maybe have met, maybe someone who is still very much alive, but maybe some of them have passed over to the other side. We will see which ancestor wants to come through and what messages they have for you. So let me quickly introduce you to today's groups. We have group number 1 with the lapis lazuli heart crystal. We have group number 2 with the green aventurine heart crystal, and we have group number 3 with the opalite heart crystal. You can take as much time as you need, pause this video if you'd like to pick either one or multiple of these groups intuitively, and once you have made your decision, you can find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below as well as in the pinned comments. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, leave me a nice comment and subscribe to my channel for more readings from me. These are all free of cost and help me grow as a creator here on YouTube and connect with more people who might enjoy my energy or my readings. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the lapis lazuli heart crystal, so let's find out what your ancestors have to say to you. Let's begin with your pre-shuffled oracle cards first, and then I will also be praying in the tarot. Okay, so this is your advice from them. So this is going to be literally the last card we look at today. First, let's see how your ancestors view you. Okay, so here we have desire and rhythm. Okay, group number 1, I feel like your ancestors see you as someone who has a lot of desires, who has a lot of wants, who's quite ambitious as well, and you might want things that are quite different from what other people want. Okay, in the sense that maybe you don't have very cookie cutter dreams and aspirations for your life. Maybe what you want is considered a little bit eccentric, a little bit different, a little bit weird in just the material world. But I feel like your ancestors are really proud of you for not trying to fit the mold. Okay, you are the way that you are, and you're not really afraid of expressing these needs, or like maybe pursuing this different career that's not considered very conventional, or maybe you live a lifestyle that's not considered very conventional. Maybe your idea of success is very different from society's idea of success, and that's how your ancestors see you, as someone who's very different, but someone who's so in touch with themselves, so in tune with who they are on the inside, that you have the confidence and you have like this aura that puts people in awe, and that also includes your ancestors. Your ancestors are also in awe of how comfortable you are with who you are and expressing yourself, and you are a bit of a mystery. You are maybe into the occult as well. Maybe some of you are tarot readers or astrologers, or you just do something, or you're interested in doing something that's not considered very normal or very common, and your ancestors kind of see you as like this ethereal being that's very one of its kind. Okay, like they know they're not a lot of different souls like you. You are quite different, and they're very proud of you for that. I feel like if you are someone who is in touch with your intuition, if you are someone who uses your intuitive powers for anything, even if you're doing it just for yourself, even if you have a tarot deck and you use that only for yourself and maybe for your family and friends, even then they feel like that's something that they're very proud of you for, and it's almost like they look up to you. You're very inspiring. Like they maybe they were also that way and they couldn't express themselves, or if they did, then they were persecuted for it, or they had to really water their ambitions and their voices and their confidence down in order to fit in. But they see you just they see themselves in you, but they see you living your life a lot more comfortably, a lot more confidently, you know, expressing yourself a lot more confidently. So yeah, you are very inspiring to them, and even though they are your ancestors, I mean, you can inspire people who are older than you as well. Okay, come on, like, let's be real. So yeah, I definitely see that they are inspired by you. I definitely feel like your ancestors think that when you walk into a room, all eyes are on you, not even maybe because of the way that you dress or the way that you portray yourself. It may be just be because you have that air of confidence or that air of mystery. There's something about you, there is a quality about you that makes people look at you, and that's how your ancestors see you. Your ancestors also see you as someone who is very desirable. Okay, so yeah, I mean, ancestors might like okay, I just want to clear this. I mean, I mentioned this in the intro, but I will just repeat it again just in case you missed the intro. I'm talking about ancestors who aren't necessarily passed on. So these could be ancestors who very much still exist on the earthy plane. Okay, so this could be like a great grandmother or a grandmother even, or even like your parents or someone of that sort. Okay, I do feel like they are someone who think that you get a lot of boys or you get a lot of girls, or that you must be very popular, or that you're very cool. Okay, that's also, I mean, their definition of cool is you. I mean, they think that you're very cool, whether you believe that about yourself or not. Group number one, your ancestors definitely think that you're very cool. I think your ancestors also think that you're very adaptable. You're someone who deals with change quite easily. You're someone who deals with change quite confidently, quite elegantly as well. I don't think, like, they see you as someone who has a very strong personality, but at the same time, you know, that's confidence, that's not arrogance, right? So they definitely see some sort of like a refined, almost elegant, posh like quality in you that you have when you're dealing with maybe tough situations, or maybe just the way that you react to stress in your life, or deal with stressful situations or change in your life, is something that they admire about you a lot. Group number one. So that's what I'm seeing here. If some of you are musicians, or even if that's like not something that you do professionally, even if, you know, just as a hobby you enjoy some sort of music, whether that's singing, whether that's playing an instrument, I think your ancestors think you're really good at it. That's also something that I'm picking up on. If this is an ancestor who has passed away, maybe like you will know which ancestor of yours is coming through, because I do feel like this is someone maybe whose favorite color was purple or pink or black. This could be an older woman, this ancestor who's coming through. I mean, not like super old. Maybe this is like a grandmother or a mother, or even an older sister for some of you, or an aunt. Yeah, I don't think this is like great grandparent. This is someone closer to your like this is not someone very far down your family tree. Yeah, okay, so that's also something that I'm picking up on. Let's move on to the next two cards and find out now what your ancestors want you to know. So first up we have success and we have anxiety. Okay, first things first, they could just straight up be letting you know that there is some sort of success that's coming into your life in the short term. Okay, so something quite immediately that's gonna happen in your life. There's success definitely here for you, but I don't think you have to wait for a very long time for this success. I think this success is coming into your life pretty quickly. You might be anxious about the success of something, the result of something short term, but I feel like there's going to be success. Like for example, say you've had like a persistent cough or something and you've been really anxious about it, but I think like if you go to a doctor and they run some tests, it's going to be fine. Like your health is going to be okay. Or you know, there's something that you want to start and you're feeling a little bit anxious about it. It just almost feels like they're holding your hand and saying it's okay, it's gonna be okay. You know how like this might be a moment in your life where like you know how in reality TV shows like some sort of like a singing show where there are two contestants left and one of them is going to be the winner of this show, and they invite both of these singers onto the stage and the host is right in the middle holding both their hands, and the winner is going to, you know, the host is going to lift the hand of the winner. It almost feels like that's the level of anxiety you're in about something that's going to happen pretty soon. But what your ancestors are coming through and letting you know is that there is going to be success in it. So yes, you are allowed to feel nervous, but there is no need for you to second guess yourself or you know, be too overwhelmed or beat yourself too much about this impending result. That's something that is coming through here for you guys. Let's get your tarot now and let's find out what message they would like to give to you today. So we have the Star, okay, we have the 10 of coins, we have the Moon, all right, we have Judgment, we have the Sun. You're getting all of the major arcana, my god. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Wands, right. Bottom deck energy is the Page of Coins, right. So yeah, there might be something that you've been working on for a while. So maybe this is like, you know, you have been studying to be a good doctor for a while and now you're finally going to graduate and you're kind of worried whether you're going to be a good doctor once you go out in the world where you don't really have maybe teachers or mentors around you all the time to, like, you know, help you correct your mistakes. But I think like what message is coming through for you guys from your ancestors that you will be fine, you will do a good job, you are someone who has the skill, you are someone who has the passion, so you will be fine. It's not something that you need to worry about, it's not something that you have to internalize. That doubt, that fear, just don't internalize it. Okay, we have the Star and the 10 of coins here. So yeah, there is this message that just keep looking up, you know, just be prepared for the best. Okay, think of the best case scenario and keep your eye on the prize and just have hope and faith, not just in a higher power but also in your ancestors, that they will help you through life, and also in your own capabilities. Okay, your own capabilities. I feel like there are also people around you maybe at least one person around you who you can fully trust, that this person has your back. So like whenever you're feeling a little bit stressed, you can depend on them. I mean, if this is an ancestor who's still very much alive, then yes, this could be that one person that you can depend on. But if they're not, they're saying that in the physical plane there is someone around you who has your back, and that you can lean on them and depend on them for love and support, as well as with this ancestor, with a higher power. But more importantly, they're telling you to have faith in yourself. Okay, they're having faith in yourself because success is definitely on the cards for you. We have the 10 of coins here, which is the card of abundance. It's the card of having it all. Okay, so if you're maybe afraid if you can have it all, you know, yes, I'm gonna be a good doctor, but being a good doctor means, you know, committing to my parents, committing to my patients. So will I be able to make time to spend out with my loved ones, with my family? Yes, you will figure it out. It's okay. Okay, you can have it all. You don't have to choose between a successful career or a successful home life. You can have it all, is what your ancestors are letting you know. Yeah, so they are definitely asking you to be a little less critical of yourself, a little less maybe cynical, a little less of a self-hater, a self-depreciator, and instead be a little bit more positive, be a little bit more optimistic. Okay, look at the best case scenario. Just in your mind, when you're visualizing what's gonna happen next, imagine the best case scenario, because what your ancestors absolutely know about you is that you're so in touch with your emotions and with your inner self, and you know who you are so well that even if the best case scenario doesn't happen sometime in your life, you will still be able to deal with that change very easily, or you will be able to deal with it in the best way possible, or that solutions will come to you. Okay, so it's not like all will be lost, because you're never going to be the kind of person who's going to be stuck in a sticky situation where you might need too much of external help to get out of. I feel like your ancestors are truly coming through to build up your confidence and say, listen, you are super confident, and like, stop doubting yourself. Okay, like really stop doubting yourself, stop doubting your intuition as well, is something that's coming through here for you. These late night negative talks that you have about yourself, this late night anxiety that you have about your future, instead of that, start focusing on visualizing the good that you want to see. And it is actually one of like a manifestation techniques which absolutely works. Like right before you're about to sleep, or you know, as soon as you wake up, if you start visualizing the things that you want to manifest, they come through a lot faster, and they come through with a lot more clarity, in the sense that they're more precise to what you were visualizing them. That's just the time when your manifestation powers are at their peak. So yeah, that is something that they're asking you to do instead. Okay, so instead of like staying up till 3 a.m. worrying about what your future is going to look like, think about the positives. Okay, think about how good your life can be instead. Okay, that's something that's coming through, and I know this is easier said than done. Your ancestors also obviously know this is easier said than done, and you might be someone who's a little bit impatient, a little bit you know, hot-headed, someone who's a little bit stubborn as well. Maybe you get angry very fast. That's something that they're asking you to maybe be a little bit more mindful of, these qualities, and instead, you know, because these could very much turn against you. Your anger, your impulsiveness, your stubbornness could very easily turn inward and start affecting your inner world a lot more than I mean, of course it can affect your external world as well, like having bursts of anger, like obviously is going to change the quality of your relationships and stuff like that, but more than that, it's going to eat away on your insides, right? So like, yeah, that's something that they're asking you to be mindful of, and instead be a little bit more positive, be a little bit more optimistic, okay? Instead of thinking that this is not gonna happen or how is this gonna happen, think that it is gonna happen, and it's gonna happen easily and effortlessly. And even if it doesn't, even if there are challenges and obstacles in the way, I am going to be able to deal with them. Solutions will come to me easily, help will come to me easily. Yeah, okay, so that's like a mindset change that I think your ancestors are wanting you to have in your life. I definitely also feel like there is some sort of like, if you have intuitively been feeling like there's something that you got to do but you're kind of scared of doing it, I feel like your ancestors are coming through and saying, you know, don't worry about the judgment, don't worry about what other people are going to say, you know, this is the time when you can just completely express yourself, because success is going to be yours, and also there is going to be a positive outcome. There's going to be abundance in more ways than one in your life. If you can just maybe, when you're putting this thing out into the world, just, you know, try and keep the imposter syndrome at bay, keep the negative self-talk at bay, keep the people pleasing at bay, you know, keep the fear and the anxiety at bay as much as you can, okay? So if there is something that you have been trying to put out in the world and you're a little bit scared and anxious about that, I definitely feel like, yeah, your ancestors are coming through and saying that, you know, there is a positive outcome here for you. Yeah, and this positive outcome is something that you don't have to wait super long for. This is something that's coming into your life pretty soon. I want to say it's just a matter of, you know, weeks or months max. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing here for you. Let's get your last card, which is your advice. We have Lavender. Surround yourself with love. Yes, being kinder to your mind, being surrounded by love is going to really help with your anxiety, is going to really help with that fear you have of people pleasing, that fear you have of rejection, that imposter syndrome. If you just surround yourself with even one or two people that genuinely have your back, that genuinely love you and care about you and accept you for who you are, that's more than enough. Just having even one or two people like that in your life can really be beneficial for you at this point, group number one. So yeah, there is this message here of surrounding yourself with love, maybe buying a lavender candle, a lavender plant, buying an amethyst or a rose quartz, buying like some sort of jewelry that has rose quartz and having it on you is also something that could help. Buying like a lavender perfume or a lavender essential oil that you just like, you know, use when you're feeling anxious or when you're wanting a little bit of love is something that could help. Adding a lavender scented body wash, body lotion, shampoo, even a candle, anything of that sort might also help. So like those are tangible things that might help, but like spiritually and emotionally, I feel like just surrounding yourself with people that love you truly and accept you for who you are is something that will definitely help, okay? And you don't have to like test these people. I think your intuition will know who these people are. Like intuitively you will just know who you can trust and who you cannot, okay? It's almost like if you're on Instagram, try making a close friends list, and when you're filtering out the people of who you should put on your close friends list, I think that's gonna give you a better idea of who you intuitively trust or don't trust. Like don't use your mind when you're making that list. You know, just intuitively look at all of the friends on your following list and then see which ones of them you intuitively trust to have on your close friends list. Okay, so like those are the people that you can truly trust, I feel. And yeah, try and surround yourself with people like that. If it is possible to meet them, if it is possible for you to maybe have a conversation with them even online, do that. But I think that's something that's really going to help. Sorry group 1, my camera cut me off there, which means it is time to end your reading. So I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it, whether it resonated or not. Claim this positive outcome and this abundance and success as well in the comments if you'd like to, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the green aventurine heart crystal, so let's find out what message or messages your ancestors have for you. In case you've missed the intro, I am going to be tapping into the energy of just your ancestors. Okay, so some of them might be ancestors who have passed on to the other side, but some of them might still be here. Our ancestors are everyone, starting from our great grandparents to even our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, our parents as well. Okay, so yeah, let's see who comes through for you guys. I'm gonna start off with your oracle cards first. This is your advice from your ancestors, so we're gonna get into that in the end. First up, let's see what your ancestors view you as. Okay, how do they see you? So here we have transcendence and blooming. Ooh, okay, immediately something that I'm picking on for you guys, group number 2, is that your ancestors feel like you're out here breaking generational curses. Okay, you are leveling up the family, the bloodline in some sort of way. Okay, this could be some with regard to something as small as how you speak to your children about their bodies, okay, about their weight, about the color of their skin, to something very big where maybe you are breaking generational cycles of being in relationships that are abusive, or connections that are just holding you back. Okay, maybe having beliefs as a family, beliefs as a community that are quite regressive, and honestly something that you know, people should be growing out of, especially like, you know, the younger generation and like the next generation. So I definitely see you out here breaking generational curses, and your ancestors see you doing that, and they're looking at you in awe. They're like, oh my god, we didn't have the courage to stand up to our parents like this, or we didn't have the courage to stand up to society like this, but they do, and they're changing things, and we're so proud of them for that. So yeah, I definitely feel like. And you also chose the green aventurine heart crystal, which is a crystal of abundance, yes, but because it's green, it reminds me of the heart chakra, and we do have a lot of green here. So yeah, I do feel like you're healing your ancestors' hearts and their hurt also somewhere. You're helping them heal their hurt as well somewhere by breaking these generational curses. You're like leveling up not just your family, but also the future generations, you know, like the bloodline coming forth, you know. So yeah, that's something that they're seeing, and they're seeing you blooming into a very gorgeous, very beautiful, very just radiant person. They absolutely see your light shining. Okay, maybe you have a very bright aura, maybe you are someone who just like, you might be someone who has like a blue or a green aura. You might also have some sort of white light in your aura. I definitely feel like you bring a lot of love and light into people's lives. Like, people pick up really good vibes from you. You might be the kind of person that, you know, strangers smile at, maybe like little kids smile at you, like babies try to hold your hands and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, you have that kind of like a calming, soothing soothing aura for sure. Like you're a very centered, grounded person, and you know, like you are so connected to your roots that you're able to grow and expand your branches into the sky. Basically, like the sky is the limit. It's almost giving me the image of this like really strong tree, you know, something that's like very connected to its roots, very grounded, strong, stable, reliable, but at the same time, you know, grows and expands into, you know, the vastness, just expands horizontally, expands vertically. You're just like expanding and growing, and at the same time you are still so connected to your roots. So maybe you could still be someone who is very outgoing, outspoken, very modern, okay, very liberal, but at the same time you might still keep some of your family's traditions alive, or maybe you're still connected to your roots and connected to your culture in some way. And that is something that your ancestors are very proud of you for. Like they are in awe of you that you are able to do both these things, because maybe they were able to do only one of those things. Like if they were going to go down that road of being liberal, then it would maybe seem like they have to abandon their roots and their culture. But and if they stay, you know, true to their roots and their culture, maybe they were limited to not being able to grow. And maybe it was not even because they didn't want to or they didn't have the courage to. Maybe it was just the time that they belonged to, right? So yeah, I feel like somehow you are able to do both those things, and because of that they are in awe of you. I do feel like these are ancestors that like I am picking up on like great grandparents. I don't think this is anyone that you have maybe met, or maybe you were very young when this person passed away, or if this person is alive, then this person is probably like a couple of generations older than you. Okay, so like maybe you have a grandmother or a grandfather who looks at you this way. Yeah, there is a bit of a generational gap here for sure between you and this ancestor. So yeah, that's something that I'm picking up on. Their favorite color could have been green or white or silver, or maybe they are someone who used to wear gold or silver jewelry or have white hair. They could have blue eyes or brown eyes. They could maybe have freckles on their skin. Maybe the last time you met them they had mature skin, or if this is someone who exists still very much in the world, then yeah, maybe this is someone who has, you know, smile lines, has what is it called, crow's feet around their eyes, yeah, wrinkles on their face, white hair as well, like I said. Yeah, okay, that's also something that I'm picking up on. This person could also probably wear a lot of lighter colors like gray or white, or just lighter pastel colors. Okay, I don't think that this person wears very bright colors. Like maybe even when they were young, I don't think they wore like a electric blue or something of that sort. I think they wore very subtle, soft shades, very feminine shades, like a mature feminine shade is what I'm picking up on. Silver and gray is really coming through. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing here. Hopefully that gives you a better idea of who this ancestor is that's coming through in today's reading. And now let's find out what they want you to know. So first up we have confidence, ooh, and we have pain. Okay. Yes, I'm hearing the world can be a pain in the ass, but you have the confidence to get through it and to live in this world. Yeah, so I definitely feel like, yeah, your ancestors for sure, like if there's one thing that they could tell you, they would say that, you know, they see the pain that you have been through in your life. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that. Group number 2, there is a new family that's moved right above my apartment, and like right above the room that I'm filming in is the bedroom slash playroom of a little 2-year-old kid, and he's super cute, but he has the energy of multiple just batteries, and yeah, he's usually up even at like 3 in the night just like playing with his toys, and I can sometimes hear him. So yeah, he probably dropped something, or maybe he's like playing with like some sort of a ball or something. Yeah, really sorry about that. But yeah, coming back to your reading, I do feel like your ancestors see that you have been through a lot of pain. Okay, this could be physical pain. Okay, so maybe okay, like this is not probably a message that's gonna resonate with everybody, but for some of you, what I'm picking up is I feel like they understand that you have really painful periods, and they kind of feel like that's something that runs in the family. Maybe like a lot of women in your family also went through something like that, like where they would just have very, very painful periods, and they see that, they acknowledge that, and I feel like they're sending you strength to deal with that pain. But again, like if that doesn't resonate with you, I feel like this is just pain that they see you have been through. This could be a physical pain, an emotional pain. Maybe you are like I was saying, like, you know, that tree example where you're rooted in your culture and your traditions, but you are growing. Maybe you're growing away from your family. So maybe your family lives in a different country and you live somewhere else. You maybe work somewhere else and you're trying to make a good life for yourself. And as much as you do get to enjoy the rewards of it, that journey and that process can also be quite painful, right? Like being away from your family when you're sick, not being able to just hug a parent for comfort when you've had a really shitty day at work and you just want to come home and cry, right? Yeah, so I do feel like they acknowledge that pain and they think that you're very strong. They think that you're very strong, that you were able to fight through this pain or just like deal with it and also heal from it. Okay, so maybe you have somehow found a way that helps you with like your painful periods, or maybe like, you know, you have found a way to deal with any physical symptoms that caused you a lot of pain, which maybe they also experienced, but they maybe didn't have the resources to, or the access to such like help and such things, but you do, and they're really happy about that, is what I'm picking up on here. But I also feel like they think you're very strong. You're very, very strong, because they see that you go through a lot of pain and maybe you don't express this pain with a lot of people. Maybe like people don't even know you're in pain, but your ancestors see you, group number 2. So anytime you feel alone, anytime you feel like you're going through something and you can't really tell anyone, or you feel like nobody sees you, nobody hears you, your ancestors do, group number 2. That's what I'm picking here up on pain. With confidence, I feel like I definitely see your ancestors being very almost proud of you for having this sort of confidence. Like, I think you are a very sassy little person, group number 2, and I think that they really enjoy that. The things that you do, maybe even your jokes, make them smile. I think they think you're very funny and they think you're very sassy. You have a very quick wit. Like you come up with comebacks really quickly, and they're always very sassy and just like spicy, and yeah, and I think maybe they see themselves in you, in that sass, but irrespective, I think that, yeah, they just are like, you put a smile on their faces, okay? They look at you like, it almost feels like they can hear you talk, or they can you know, watch you go through life, if that's the only thing that they would ever do. Like they would, like, they don't need any other sort of entertainment. They don't need anything else. Yeah, it's just like you're their entertainment package is something that I'm picking here. But they also think that you are very confident. You carry yourself with a lot of confidence, and if they didn't have a lot of confidence, then yeah, they're very happy. I feel like they either look at you and see themselves in you, or they feel like they wish they could be like you. Like they look at you and they're like, oh, that's so cool that she's so confident, I wish I was like that. Yeah, like you're also almost like very inspiring to them, is what I'm picking up on here. Group number 2. Let's get your tarot cards now. Let's see what your ancestors would like to tell you. So we have the 4 of Wands, we have the Empress, love seeing that, we have Temperance, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Fool, and we have the Ace of Wands. You have also gotten so many major arcanas, which is good. Bottom deck energy, 3 of Cups. They definitely see you as someone who's probably, you've got like a good circle around you. I think whoever these people are, whether they are like whoever's in your inner circle, whether that's friends, whether that's family members, I feel like they think, your ancestors think that you surround yourself with good people. They're proud of the people you surround yourself with. I think you're very protective of your energy. And your ancestors are very protective of you. So yeah, they are actually quite happy and quite proud of the group you hang out with, especially at the time when you're watching this video. Maybe in the past you have not had the best inner circle, and maybe that was something that they worried about for you. But I think right now when you're watching this video, yeah, your ancestors definitely think that you are hanging out with really good people. Yeah, so they're proud of that. That's also something that I'm seeing. Let's begin with the 4 of Wands and the Empress. My god. Okay, first of all, with Temperance, I definitely feel like, yeah, this is just reiterating the fact that I was saying, that, you know, like you just feel like someone who's very grounded but very outspoken and adventurous at the same time. I mean, we also have the Knight of Swords right next to it. So I do think that your ancestors look at you as someone who's very good at communication. You're a very balanced person, okay? You're someone who, I think you're very tempered, like you know where your limits are and you don't push yourself beyond those limits, even if there's like peer pressure, or even if there's like, it's just you who wants to do this and everyone else is like, no, let's not do it. You don't really care. Like, you are a very balanced sort of person. You have a solid head on your shoulders, like a very grounded, centered person. I also feel like your ancestors think that you're quite good at communication. You're maybe a little bit impulsive, but it's okay. I mean, yeah, it's that sassiness that's coming through. Sometimes that doesn't work out in your best favor. Sometimes it might come across as you being arrogant or rude, but yeah, I mean, I think your ancestors are like, it's fine. I mean, it is something that you can work on. Maybe just like, there are some situations where maybe you can just choose to ignore, but instead you choose to, you wake up and choose violence. So like, maybe that's something that you can be a little bit mindful about. But other than that, I do think that they like the fact that you're able to stand up for yourself. I think your ancestors also think that you're very creative, and if there is some sort of creative pursuit that you would like to you know, indulge in, go after, I feel like this is encouragement from your ancestors that you should do it, okay? If this is like a new graphic designing course that you want to take up, if you want to like switch careers to something that's a little bit more creative, then this is just like a go ahead from your ancestors, because they think that you would do a really good job there. But just in general, I think your ancestors think that you are quite creative, you are quite passionate, you are someone who has that sense of adventure, okay? You are a bit of a free-spirited person, and like, you know, you have you enjoy a little bit of sense of freedom as well, and adventure, and they really like that, maybe because they weren't able to experience that and you can, so they're kind of vicariously living through you. Okay, whether that's like with you pursuing a creative career, or whether that's you traveling to more places that they couldn't even have dreamt of traveling to, that is definitely something that's coming through. Like, they want you to do more of that. They definitely see that you honor your customs, your traditions, and you are very much in touch with your divine feminine, okay, and you embody that divine feminine, which, yeah, is also something that they really love seeing about you. Like, that's something that they love about you. For some of you, I'm also picking up that this could be your ancestors coming through to let you know that you are like, if you're worried about whether you're ever going to find a partner in the future, they're coming through and letting you know that they are actually helping orchestrate your love story. So not only will you find a partner, you will also have a very stable, secure, safe, long-term relationship, even marriage with someone, and you could also end up with a child, okay? So like, you could also end up with a family of your own, is what I'm picking up on here. For some of you, I'm seeing that, you know, your ancestors are coming through letting you know that you are pregnant as well. So yeah, that is also something that I'm seeing here. If you are struggling with some sort of addictions lately, I feel like your ancestors are coming through and like letting you know that you have to be a little bit more cold turkey with these when you're dealing with these addictions, okay? Maybe you have to like completely cut yourself off. I don't think moderation is really going to help here. Like, you might have to completely cut off, like, and you might have to be a little bit strict with your boundaries, especially when it comes to whatever addiction you're dealing with. I know these are not messages for everyone. Like, these last few messages are just for people, for like one or two of you who these messages are coming through for. For some of you, I'm also picking up on, if you get an opportunity to travel, to move somewhere, your ancestors want you to take it. 2222 when I just saw the screen. So yeah, yeah, they are encouraging you to move out of your comfort zone as well, is something that I'm picking up on here. Let's get your last card now. This is advice for you. We have Princess. You can be your own knight. Ooh, okay. I feel like, yeah, your ancestors want you to step into more leadership roles, group number 2. I feel like they see you as someone who's very confident, someone who can hold your own, and maybe you're able to do that very comfortably with other people. But what I think that encouraging you to do is also like, maybe go out on your own every once in a while, not really depend on being part of the herd. It's okay for you to stand out every once in a while. So yeah, again, that getting out of your comfort zone, you know, being a leader, not really waiting for someone else to come into your life and bring these opportunities in, instead like creating your own opportunity. That's also something that I'm seeing here. Yeah, because there is this like feeling with the Ace of Wands here that like, you are the author of your own life, you create your own destiny. So like, yeah, there's there's something here that they want you to start on your own and everything else will follow, is what is coming through. So like maybe you're too used to working in groups, or like working with in situations where there's like a sense of community, which is good, which is great that you can work with other people, but I think they also want you to step into that leadership role every once in a while, you know, take charge every once in a while and go do your own thing every once in a while. On this note, let's wrap it up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the opalite heart crystal, so let's find out what message or messages your ancestors have for you. In case you've missed the introduction, basically I'm gonna be getting in messages from ancestors that are probably still very much alive, or maybe these could be ancestors that have passed on to the other side. So we will see what comes through, starting with your oracle cards, and this one is your advice from your ancestors, so that we will get into at the end of your reading. First, let's find out what your ancestors view you as. Okay, how do they see you? So first up, we have Gaia, connection to nature, and we have Allah, mortality. Okay, so group number 3, I feel like you your ancestors see you as someone who's very grounded. First of all, I feel like you might be someone who's quite calm, who is quite centered. Maybe you're someone who is really connected to nature. Okay, you might be an empath first of all, or maybe you're just someone who's very into just saving the environment, saving the planet, trying to live a very sustainable life, making conscious choices to live a sustainable life. You might be someone who is very practical, someone who knows that, you know, life goes on in cycles, and we cannot take more than we need, because that's greedy, and you know, what we put out into the world is also what we get back. So you might be someone who believes in karma. I feel like this is my more spiritually awakened group. This is someone who's more spiritually aligned. Group number 3, I feel like that's who you are, or at least that's how your ancestors view you, as someone who's very connected to nature, someone who's very connected to yourself, someone who's very practical but in a very spiritual manner. Okay, that's something that I'm picking up on. This ancestor could also have been someone like this. Like the example I'm picking up on here is like, you know, that grandmother from the movie Moana, like Moana's grandmother. I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming through. So either you are someone like that, or this ancestor was someone like that. So I feel like maybe Moana's grandmother reminded you of this ancestor that's coming through. Yeah, I am picking up on like a mother or a grandmother vibe here. So yeah, this could be either like your mother or your grandmother on your mother's side, so like your maternal grandmother, who's coming through in today's reading. And yeah, she's just someone who's fun, someone who is you know, maybe like living in her own world, but at the same time is so conscious and mindful of the impact that her life is having on not just other people's lives, but also on the planet, also on the resources, also on, like, you know, things beyond the physical realm. Yeah, so that's the energy that's coming through here for you guys. So either you are like this, or this ancestor is like that. I think it's gonna differ from person to person. This is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. Let's see what they'd like to tell you. So we have reflection and we have determination. Okay, with reflection, I definitely feel like they see themselves in you, or this is just them coming through and like trying to show you the mirror and trying to like help you recognize your own potential, kind of like how Moana's grandmother did with Moana as well, right? Like you know, Moana's grandmother was just very wise and like gave really good advice. Like, she was a woman of very few words, but when she did say something, it just had such a lasting impact on Moana, right? So yeah, this is the kind of person your ancestor could have been. And yeah, they are maybe like trying to show you the mirror, and maybe they're trying to like, if you aren't spiritual, then maybe like they're trying to bring you onto like a spiritual path, and like trying to make you more aware of your surroundings and how your inner world reflects in your external world, and also how you know, your actions and your life affects other people and other things around you as well. Okay, so maybe they're wanting you to be more mindful, or maybe they're wanting you to be to open up your eyes to your own potential, or maybe this is just them saying that they see a little bit of themselves in you, and yeah, they want you to keep going forth in this battle that you're fighting. Okay, in like you have strong principles, you have strong morals, and I feel like they want you to hold on to it no matter how difficult life gets. You know, even if people find you weird, or people feel like, you know, live your own life, just like stop caring too much about this one thing too much. Like, you know, like your priorities aren't straight because people your age aren't thinking of the same things that you are thinking of. Like, you know, while you are out here going to protests for creating more awareness about climate change, maybe there are other people your age who are going out partying and drinking, and maybe there's like peer pressure on you to also be like that. But like, your ancestors are coming through and saying, no, the climb is tough but the view is great, so keep going. Yeah, a little bit of Hannah Montana came through. So yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like your ancestors see and acknowledge the path you are on and the challenges and obstacles you might be already facing or will face in this journey, but they want you to never give up, never lose faith, and don't compromise on your morals and your principles. Because how are you going to look at yourself in the eye? Okay, like, don't do anything that is going to make you feel like you can't even look yourself in the eye because you did this, right? Like, try to be as good as you possibly can, so that you can go to sleep with peace of mind. Yeah, that's like a very like tough love sort of message, but it's coming in the most gentle manner. And like, I feel like your reading is moving really fast, and yeah, that's bringing me back to what I was saying. Like, maybe, you know, this ancestor is not a person of too many words, but when they do say something, it makes a huge impact. Maybe this is my pile as well, because yeah, my grandmother was also like this. Okay, so let's get some more cards. Let's see what your ancestors are wanting to let you know. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Two of Coins, we have the King of Swords, and one last card, we have the Knight of Swords. I think this card came out for one of the previous readings as well. I don't remember whether it was group 1 or group 2, but maybe you were drawn to a different group's reading as well. Bottom deck energy is the King of Coins. We have so many coins and we have cups. No, actually, we have a mix of everything. We have wands, we have swords as well. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I do feel like this is someone who's very connected. Again, like the 4 suits in the tarot are connected to an element, right? So like we have pentacles for the earthy realm, we have the cups for emotions, we have the wands for passion, we have the swords for like mental capabilities, and yeah, so that's like earth, fire, water and air, and you know, that's in connection to nature as well, right? So I think like this ancestor is coming through, and like maybe they were someone who was very balanced. Like we all have these elements within us, we're all made up of elements, right? The human body is made up of elements, and they're almost bringing you to an awareness that, you know, these are elements that need to exist in balance in order for there to be harmony and peace in your life, right? So maybe they were someone like this, maybe they were a really balanced person, or maybe they want you to be more balanced. Okay, that is a message that's coming through. With the Page of Wands, I definitely feel like they see you as someone who's very outgoing, someone who's very young, very youthful, very adventurous. You have lots of energy, okay, and they want you to use that energy for good. They want you to see who you are, walk away from situations and people where you can't be yourself, or places or situations or even people who force you to be something you are not in order to fit their mold. They're asking you to walk away from that, okay? While you still have the energy to do something else, while you still have the youthfulness, okay, the time, okay, because time is such an important resource, right? While you still have time, okay, move away from things that don't serve you, people that don't serve you, situations where you feel like you have to change your core self in order to fit in. They don't want you to waste your time in such places, because in these places your talent, your potential, your life, your soul is being wasted. Okay, that's something that I'm picking up on. Next up, in the Knight of Cups, I do feel like they feel like you are someone who's very charming, you're someone who's very good with your words, so they want you to, you know, lead more with emotions and also persuade other people through your words. I think they think, especially also because we have the King of Swords here, and we have the Knight of Swords, you're someone who's very good at communicating, and I think you're very good at communicating with different groups of people, okay? You have the communication skill to get along with, or like persuade someone, or like have a conversation with someone who is a little baby, or you know, someone who is much older than you, or someone who's the same age as you. I feel like you have really good persuasive qualities, because you're very charming, because also maybe because you're very beautiful and people like listen to people who look good. That's also something that's coming through. Like, use the resources that you have, you know, use your time, use your charm, use your communication skills to make a difference, okay? But at the same time, don't feel like you have to have all of these tabs open in your mind, okay? Don't feel like you have to constantly be on this hamster wheel where it's one thing after the other, where it's like you've taken up on too many causes and you know, you are spread too thin and you can't possibly get everything done in this lifetime, okay? It's good to have ambition, but it's also really good to be practical and realistic and be like, okay, if I have like 10 different things that I'd like to do, maybe I'll be able to do 7 of them or 8 of them, but maybe not all of them. And even if I am able to do all 10, I can't do all 10 at the same time, okay? So like, yeah, give yourself a break, don't overwhelm yourself, don't overwork yourself to a point of breakout, is also something that I'm picking up on. Don't work yourself to a point where you get so tired that you just abandon everything and just like, you know, completely shut down, right? Like, don't work to a point where you feel like quitting is the only option because you don't know how to rest. Yeah, that is something that I'm picking up on here. As well, I feel like there are also like little messages that are coming through, that is basically like, you know, your ancestors saying that if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, maybe this is a good time to take a break, go on a vacation, go to like a secluded place where you're more connected to nature, you know, travel to a place where maybe you're off the grid for a while, or maybe where you get to like see the stars, see the sky, you know, you get to see water, you get to see nature as far as your eyes can look, and there's no traffic, there are no people honking at you constantly. Yeah, they're trying to like encourage you to get away from the hustle and the bustle of the city that you live in, or the busy life that you lead. That's also something that I'm picking up on here. For some of you, there's also a message that there is a person that could be coming into your life who is probably helping you share this load. This could be a romantic connection. So yeah, that's also something that I'm picking up on here. Like, you might meet this person on vacation, or you might go on a vacation with this person. That's something that I'm getting here as well. They're asking you to dance, if there is some sort of like dance, like if either if you just enjoy dancing and like you just dance in your room and no one's watching, either do that, or like if there is like a dance style that you used to do when you were younger but then you somehow lost touch with it, or if there is like a traditional dance from your culture or from this ancestors culture, I feel like they're encouraging you to pick that up, maybe learn a few moves. That's something like movement is something that's coming through here for sure. Like, they're wanting you to move, whether that's like physical body, or whether that's like you like literally moving to a different place, or like at least going on a vacation to a different place. They might also, like, if you are someone who's looking for a house, maybe look for a place that where you at least have a little bit of patch of land where you can, you know, just like walk barefoot on the grass somewhere. That's also something they're picking up on. Like, go to some place or live in a place that is kind of connected to nature. Okay, where you can like maybe see a body of water, maybe where you can see the sky, where there are flowers, gardens, even if they're just like wild flowers, okay, whatever it is, like some sort of valley, some sort of mountains, maybe even near the beach, somewhere where you can go to connect with nature much more easily on a daily basis if possible, because you live a pretty hectic life, or at least maybe this is just your mind, maybe your mind is just very hectic, so you can just go to this place for some sort of distraction, some sort of time away, if not on a daily basis, then at least like once in a while. Okay, so that's also something that's coming through here. For some of you, a message that's coming through is like, maybe there's a book that you have been super interested in reading but you've been putting it off. Pick that book up and read it, especially if it's about communication, especially if it's about setting boundaries, if it's about saying no, it's about developing the skill of communication. Yeah, some sort of self-help book that you've had on your wish list for a while. Pick that up, read it, is also a message that's coming through, because that could help. For some of you, I'm also getting a message, if you've been thinking about writing a book or publishing your book, don't procrastinate on that. Talk to publishers or start writing. Maybe even take up a course on how to write a book. Go to seminars, go to conferences where you can learn something, either about communicating or about writing a book, or, you know, go see someone. If like your favorite author is on a book tour, go see them. Yeah, that's also something that I'm picking up on. This could also, for some of you, be go to a concert of someone who's like music has really good lyrics, like really good lyrics that you can also dance to. For some of you, that's also coming through. Okay, listen to music that has good lyrics, like, you know, lyrics that resonate with you and relate to you. Okay, because I know there's a lot of music that sounds good because the music is really good, the rhythm is really good, but the lyrics are just, you know, about drinking and partying and spending money. And if that's just not a lifestyle you are wanting to live, then yeah, it would be nice to take a break. I mean, even if that is a lifestyle you want to live, or that's the kind of music you enjoy, every once in a while, you know, it's nice to take a break. Okay, listen to another artist who maybe writes about something else, or like has lyrics to a song that resonate with you, or that make you feel something, but at the same time might also make you wanna get up and dance, right? Yeah, that's also a message that's coming through. Take it as it resonates. These were just general messages that are coming through. I also feel like with the 8 of Cups, some of you could be walking away from something that you have maybe thought that you belong in this place, or you have spent a lot of time there, a lot of effort in this situation, but I think you are choosing to walk away from this place because you're looking at yourself and you're like, I no longer recognize who I am when I'm in this place or when I'm with this person. So yeah, there's also a message here that that journey could be a little bit tough, but I think it's worth it because you are going to walk away, and that is going to bring more freedom, more energy, more fun, more love into your life, better communication in your life, and just less stress in your life as well. Okay, let's get your last advice card. We have confidence. It comes with time and practice. Okay, confidence is also a card that has come up for pretty much every group in some way or the other today, but I think for you, group number 3, your ancestors are urging you to have more confidence in yourself, in your own capabilities, in a higher power. And yes, it is easier said than done. It's not something that can happen overnight, but practice it with small things and it will come. Okay, so yeah, they're wanting you to step up with confidence a little bit more in your own life, especially in your personal life. Okay, especially in the way that you are in relativity to who you are, or the way that you are in the world. Yeah, or who you are when you're part of a community. Like, they're asking you to step up and, like, you know, be a little bit more selfish and be more confident in like your own personal life. Okay, like, not just have confidence reserved for when you need to talk to other people, but just like have confidence that everything will work out in your own life, or that you are good enough. Okay, yeah, just like I'm hearing like, stop talking in your customer care voice in your own personal life. Okay, just like let yourself be you. Okay, let your own voice be heard, let your own tone be heard. Okay, even if that's something that you don't really like, maybe you don't like the sound of your voice, it's just, you know, have confidence. Just have confidence. Dance like no one's watching, sing like no one's listening to you. It doesn't matter whether you're good or bad. Just do these human things to enjoy them because you can. Okay, because time is a limited resource, and your time in this particular meat suit that you are in is limited. I know no one wants to hear that, but yeah, we also have the mortality card here, right? Like life and death, circles of life. So yeah, they're wanting you to live your life while you're alive. Yeah, it is important to be productive. It's important to leave behind a legacy. It's important to do things that will help people and lift people up. And that's great for you to do things for your community, but it's also important to do things for yourself. It's important to also live for yourself. Okay, so that's the note that I'm going to end your reading on, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. And I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye guys.